Here's a clip from TARABUSTER.
I don't understand, frankly, I don't understand the whole, I mean, I do to a degree, that we don't indict or prosecute presidents. I understand because you could get some nefarious actors, believe it or not, right, that will harass and harangue a president constantly.
Well, and there's a historical precedent as well. I'm fairly, the people who listen to the Horn know that I'm prone to go wandering off into the weeds of ancient history. But
Please, I love it.
The desire of between political factions to prosecute and torment the other side
Right.
is what led to the series of civil wars that brought the Roman Republic to an end.
Right. Exactly. Well, they ended up using things like prescription lists, and that really.
Well, yeah, that's what comes after. But, for instance,
which is
Caesar,
a murder list, basically.
Yeah, Caesar had to stay in Gaul and keep fighting, A, to enrich himself, but
yes.
B, because the minute he set foot back inside the official territory of Rome proper,
he was going to be prosecuted.
Yes.
They were going to prosecute him on war crimes, actually, because he.
And that's where the whole business about crossing the Rubicon and alea iacta est, and and people think that the dice are cast. It actually translates more accurately as "let them fly," which is kind of a screw it, let's do it.
Right.
And
yes, I know.
And
I love that. I'm a big. Not fan. Well, I guess fan. I love Roman history, and it's fascinating. It's fascinating. Yeah. Just that whole, especially I love it all because it just is the story of humanity too.
But the other side of that coin, Tara, is that when the framers set up the Constitution, and the program's not long enough to list everything that was wrong with the framers, when that gang of slave owners, or
wrote about men being equal,
men,
of course, and free, and talking about their freedom and the tyranny of,
liberty,
liberty, right.
But there were some ideas put forward. And one of them was equal justice under law.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the president of the United States is not amenable to criminal prosecution, even for an obviously overtly criminal act, then we don't have equal justice under law.
Yes, he's a king. And I also, the way that the framers, this is why I wish we had a parliamentary system, because the way that the framers set this system up is almost calling for a democracy, for a tyrant to concentrate power in the executive and nullify, just like what happened in the Roman Republic. They still had a Senate, and they had magistrates and local elections
but the Senate had completely abdicated.
That's right.
Both its rights and its responsibilities
to the emperor, and there were opportunities throughout Roman history for the republic to be restored, and the corrupt. First it was the Praetorian Guard. They didn't want to let go of power because they were the ones that were picking the king the emperor.
Right, but what was interesting is after the assassination of, I think it was Caligula, maybe Nero.
I'm thinking Nero, and that because that was when they.
But they went to the Senate and said, They went to the Senate and said, "Okay, emperor's gone. Time for the Senate to reassert its power."
Right.
And then the Senate said, pass, thanks.
Exactly.
Let's find another emperor.
Exactly, and that's tragic. And the whole thing is tragic because that's what frightens me about our republic, which is not real. It's not really on life support because the Roman psyche was drilled this anti-monarchical strain from
that's
for
part of the
hundreds of
rumors
years
that wound up getting Caesar killed. Was the notion that he was about to set himself up as a king.
That's right.
And the ancient authors tell us the story of how a man came up and offered him a crown.
Yes.
And he rejected it.
Yeah.
But that was enough to get. It was
and wearing purple and whatnot, right?
Right, and the boots the purple boots, whatever. But yeah, they were supposed to hate that. But when it came to nut cutting time, they said we'd rather have the fake security of an autocratic state than to actually go about the hard work of being free.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we are, because freedom. It's like Franklin saying, "A republic if you can keep it."
Right.
Well, at this point in time, it appears we're not much interested in keeping it.
TARABUSTER is recorded live every Saturday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern at the RDT Daily Facebook and YouTube channels, and rebroadcast on Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on Progressive Voices, or anytime on demand on the Progressive Voices app.